Hello and welcome to everyone tuning in to the 2021 New Zealand Bowls Open National Singles Semi-Final. We're covering today the game between Sheree Holmes and Simon Thomas on the TV mat. And on the other mat in the semi-final we've got Matthew Farquhar taking on Sean Blackburn. I'm Alex Reed, I've got James Sullivan here next to me.
Hello, Alex.
How are you?
Oh, just happy to be here.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, we've got a couple of cracking matchups here, and we're going to focus in on obviously the Sheree Holmes, Simon Thomas, let's call it semi-final.
Yes, yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, we've seen one great finish in the last game from Simon. He's just knocked off Grant Lamy, and Sheree put away Marcus Trilling pretty comprehensively from what I believe as well.
She's playing incredible bowls shares today. She beat Ashley a couple of rounds ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, dealt to him.
Brilliant. So I'm thinking we're in for a treat of a game, really. 12 ends, it's going to be no time limit. So when you get to the semi-final stage of the national championship and finals, no time limit, which is as it should be. It's brilliant.
Happy?
So we'll see this 12 ends played probably about half an hour. They're not slow players. Sheree and Simon, they won't muck around.
They'll hustle. And we've seen a pretty good start
Great
here
start
from
here from
Sheree, the
Sheree.
first one. But second one's just coming a bit short.
So this is the same mat that we watched. If you tuned in earlier, there was a Masters
Masters singles semi-final.
Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights just popped on, and it's an interesting song. Anyway, we saw a semi-final between Nigel Warnes and Tom Kahn. Same man, it hasn't been moved, and the players probably struggled more in this direction than they did in the other one. It looked a bit uphill from where we were sitting.
Yeah, and you've just seen there Simon's just gone on by. He was looking to take some weight with him. He's probably heavier than he would have liked. I think that was his line he wanted, but he's just a fraction quick.
So who's your pick for this game, James?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to stay right on that fence, right where I need to be.
Yeah,
obviously friends with both of them.
Yeah, I was going to say
Played quite a bit with Simon back in Christchurch and clubmate Sheree, so I'm well on the fence.
Okay, I'll pick Sheree to win this game. I think she's going to be the second woman to win the New Zealand NZIB National Singles in 71 years.
I reckon it's every chance too, and I'll tell you what, Michael's a pretty good judge. If you actually tuned into the let's call it the pre-tournament.
Pre-show.
That's a great shot from Simon. That's a great adjustment from his previous bowl. He knew what he did wrong and he adjusted accordingly. But yeah, sorry, back to the pre-show. Actually, President Michael Lawson actually selected Sheree as his pick for the Olympics. Well, he's made a pretty good effort so far.
Yeah, I think she's playing some really good bowls. She's beaten some classy players by not a small margin, which is usually a sign of someone who's at the top of their game. So I think we're going to see her go through all the way today and be that second woman since Sue Bernand in 2009 to win the national singles. Had a few go close, obviously, James. We had Terry Anderson. Sorry. Oh,
come on,
she was Terry Anderson at the time, so that's what's written down on the cut. Terry Blackburn lost her singles finals. She died a few years ago. Rose Motion lost a couple in the 60s. So did Ola Sullivan and Jeanette. You might know Jeanette.
Jeanette Lennon.
Yeah, she lost in 1997 to Paul Jamieson. So
I've seen a video of that actually.
Yes, it's on YouTube.
All right, Simon here, looking for a roll, and he got it. That's 2 rolls even. He might have even created 2 down there.
Brilliant.
We'll find out from the Michael Lawson, the president, marking once again the cameraman, and he'll hold up 1 paddle, indicating that's 1 to blue.
On that first end, 1 to Simon Thomas. Good start. He'll be happy with that because he started off. Not only has he scored on the first end, but he's played a couple of bombs on that first end as well.
He'll have that rhythm.
Just continue that confidence through from his last few games. Lovely player to watch is Simon Thomas. Always looking at ways to create stuff, isn't he?
Correct. He's very much a shot maker. You've got two different styles of playing. There's obviously draw bowlers and shot makers. They're the 2 sort of styles I see out.
What if I'm neither?
You are a shot maker.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
I'm not a good one.
I mean, no, it's not whether you're good or not. It's
the
whether
way
you try.
Okay.
I was willing to try.
It makes me feel better. Well, I'm definitely a shot maker then.
All right, so we're coming down the hill here. They'll be just trying to find their weight, see what the downhill's like.
Yeah.
Obviously, Simon's tucked away a bit narrow, like the other boys did in the previous game.
From Blenheim as well, too, isn't he, Simon?
He was actually telling me we're actually staying 10 houses from an old flame, actually, on Coleman's Road.
Right.
He half thought he was going to his old flame's house, to be honest.
And then you pull out 10 houses short.
Now 10 houses further on.
10 houses pass.
I tell you what, he's an absolute local of Blenheim, one of the finest bowler to come out of Blenheim, I'm not even willing to say.
Yeah, there's been a few ones over the years that played for the South Island team. I think Simon probably he broke into the South Island team in the early 90s to give you an idea of how long he's been playing this top level for. So essentially, the best part of 3 decades he's been playing indoor bowls.
I think he was lead or two in the fours, actually when he was still in Marlborough at 19, I think it was. I feel like I went to his 40th, so he'd be mid-40s.
Yeah, so he's been playing well for a very long time, and that's good to see. It's one of the things I love about our sport, indoor and outdoor bowls as well, actually, is if you've got the will to keep playing, you can stay at the top of your chosen code until you literally can't let go of the bowl. You can be good for 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Correct.
People like Ron Ingalls are still competitive. It's his 54th Nationals. What an incredible game.
This would have to be my 13, 14. I've got a while to go.
Yeah, I've got a while to go as well. I don't like the chances.
All right,
anyway, back to the game.
I think you'll see Simon on the backhand here. I think you might see him trying to get under this front orange onto the other orange.
You know him well.
That's what I'd be
Cool, James.
That's what I'd be telling him to do. I played quite a bit with Simon. I actually lived with Simon as well for a year or two.
How was that?
He actually moved house to get away from me. He actually moved to a house which didn't have a room for me, so I had to find somewhere else to live.
Oh, it's backhand, it's holding, this could go horrible. That's not gone well. That was a lovely way. You caught it well. Because if he was tight, like he had options everywhere. The jet could have popped that.
Literally anything but that, and he's good, right?
Yes, and he played with a lovely weight too. It just seemed to hold a little bit longer than we would have liked. So Sheree here for the bonus shot.
Is she drawing for 3?
I think she's drawing for 3. We'll see when Michael holds up the lollipops, but it's at least a two there to Sheree.
2. I think you might see a measure here. Mostly because I think Simon's blind.
Yeah, cool. 2 current New Zealand representatives as well. In the semi-final, the open singles.
Yep.
It's pretty
I think you've definitely seen the quality come through here today as well. There was a lot of quality in that last sort of 16 and 8 as well.
Yeah, you can see it in your quarterfinals, last 16. You look around at the bowlers, and they're all obviously playing good bowls, but people have been there and done that a little bit before. Even players like Matthew Farquhar, who's in his first ever national single semi-final off the back of his Northern triples win last week. You might still think of him as a junior, but he's had enough success for a few years now that you'd call him an experienced bowler at this point, I would think.
Correct. I think now we've seen the umpire called here, Catherine Yeager.
Yes, South Island player, or has been in the past. I can't remember if she was placed.
Actually, one thing we should note is Simon's actually a former winner of this event in Taupo in 2004.
Yes.
He won the singles and the triples that
Did he
year.
beat Daryl Gallagher or Ross Garner?
I'll tell you what, that was my first nationals. I didn't know anybody. I barely knew Simon.
Okay.
Only because he was from Canterbury. I'd never met a bowler from outside of Canterbury.
That would have been a pretty impressive national studio to then, James.
Oh yeah, I had a great time. I don't think I qualified in anything and was ecstatic to beat it.
Yeah, fair cool. And 3 to orange here, is it?
3, so that makes it 3-1.
So 3 count to Sheree. After 2 ends, it's now leading 3-1 after 2.
And what's good there is, because we've got no time limit, nobody's in a rush, the umpire's not in a rush, the players aren't in a rush, we just get the right decision.
Absolutely.
Right.
Pretty wholeheartedly that sentiment.
Now we're a decent length again here. You see none of the shenanigans Nigel started with.
Yeah, not yet, although I'd imagine that is it Canterbury, James, that has that, you do that weird little, put the jack in the middle.
What?
The halfway length jack is quite common.
What?
Okay, so that's a no. Must
Literally,
be some other weird little centre.
what are you talking about?
Put the jack in the halfway between the spot and the front tee, more often than not.
Okay.
Do it in your heads.
The old halfway jack.
Yeah, that's the one.
Actually, one exponent of that was actually the previous winner here, Richard Griffiths. Once one piece of advice he told me, he said his game plan was literally halfway jacks and don't screw up your third bowl. That was literally.
That's great advice.
He said, don't be stuck having to play a good bowl with your last.
I like that. Played for New Zealand a couple of times, did Richard as well.
Very, very good player. Member of my club as well back in Christchurch.
Seen someone fall short a little bit with his first bowl. Here's an idea of how to. That's when you see someone in good touch shape. they missed their first one,
They can
always
adjust.
look at how well they're adjusting their second bowl, and he's just played a bomb there. It looks like a front toucher.
I wonder if there's a wee plant on here for Sheree onto these oranges. I think you'll see her try and press 2 rolls through one of these oranges,
she's only
or absolutely not. I have no idea.
Only backhand here, James. She's looking just for.
Throw me over the top, Joy. I want to see if I was right. Oh, I could have done it.
Sheree on backhand here. Is it going to run it out? Oh, great effort. She was a bit disappointed with that. That's the amount that she wanted to miss by, but in the wrong direction, probably.
Correct. I think what you lose there is it's not a waste of a bowl, but it hasn't really contributed much. Simon, I think, is just trying to draw back here, right?
For sure. Nice backhand. It's got a lovely delivery.
Absolute rhythm player.
Yeah.
Absolute flat out rhythm.
His grip's good. We might see it this game. But Simon, when he plays his run or weighted shots, he almost scoops the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant. It's nearly putting a cant on the bowl.
Don't try and replicate it. It would be ludicrous to try and replicate it. If you can get something like that and sort of your shoulder and rhythm going,
it's incredible.
You can actually create rhythm doing it.
I've been fortunate enough to play Simon on a couple of occasions, a couple of nationals actually.
Fours in Rotorua.
Fours, yeah. And I think I might have played a couple of triples as well with Steve Fisher, Simon, and myself.
Any good?
No, results weren't great, but it was a fun time. I enjoyed it, and I just enjoy watching his delivery, and I like the way he builds ahead and leads the game.
Obviously, this is singles, but one thing about Simon is he always caters his game. That's a great shot. Has she got it? Well, she might not have. But,
the crowd is clapping, but I just realised that might have been for the other game.
I think Sean's just played a bomb in the other game.
If anyone's interested in that score, by the way, it's 6-2 to Sean Blackboard after 4 innings of the 12.
And Simon is absolutely taking his one here because there was absolutely nothing for him to do.
It's a fair call there from Simon. Sometimes, what do you think about throwing away a bowl like that, James? Or do you like to play it? I often just try to draw to the front tee just to see if I can. I don't like to waste a bowl.
Time can be of the essence. Obviously not now.
Yeah.
But
I suppose anytime you let go of the ball, you run the risk of flicking it. Something could go horribly wrong.
There's a great shot. Sean's another comment on that. Let's get back here to Simon on the backhand.
And 3-2 after, or 2-3 after 3. What do the young people say? A banger of a song? Is that what they say? I don't know. Is that what's cool?
I don't even know.
This is for the job. This is fantastic. Is that a great song, James?
Average.
I'll be shocked if we don't see the players losing the time to use it.
I'll be honest.
Only the good guy.
I haven't heard Ariana Grande yet, but I'm not expecting to.
I would be upset if we did. That would be worth.
Pull yourself together, Alex.
It's been a long day and we've got 2 games to go.
2.5.
2.5 games to go. So we see here the players, and we'll see the heads get tighter as the ends go on, obviously. It started off nicely with those 2 balls, just a foot or 2 past.
I think with the extreme up and downhill, you can actually get quite loose heads down the hill.
Because it changes the grain of the bat as well, doesn't it?
Oh, that's 2 different games.
Yeah.
That's now just talking into the touch.
It's a great shot there.
If this bowl landed short, I'd leave my hat. But I'm not. He's going to be.
Simon watching this bowl intently as it comes back down to the head.
That was always the speed he was playing.
Yeah, lovely weight to play. I think he might have even managed to move the jack there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's unfortunate because he hasn't set himself up nicely for his next one. I think Simon, did he make the semi-final last time he was national singles as well, James?
Where was that?
I feel like he did. I feel like he lost to Paul Smith in the Rotorua national singles semi-final.
I think you actually might be right. Was it?
So
who played Tim?
Oh, you're asking good questions now.
Tim and Paul was the final, huh?
Yes. Can't remember. Too long ago. Oh. And on that note, how good is it to have the Nationals back? We missed last year in Monterey.
That was depressing.
I was
sitting
depressed.
at home, doing absolutely nothing.
A week in June. We should be
Is he close?
somewhere in the country.
Just
Maybe
under.
Here from Simon Thomas, but just a bit bit narrow, a bit underneath the
Actually, it's actually very important how far away this bowl is. If this is the difference between 1 and 3, Sheree's got a massive opportunity here. I think so. Yeah, that's now second shot.
Yeah.
But if she moved that out, is there a chance?
So we're looking at the bowl at 6 o'clock, aren't we?
Yep, right down the bottom there. If she managed to move that a fraction, that could possibly be 4.
Yeah, for sure. So we will see Sheree play on what will be her forehand, looking to move that bowl. We can see at 6 o'clock on the screen. Just a roll 4. That would put her up by what, 3 points?
More.
5 points. On her forehand here. Has she got the weight? That's the question.
I don't think so.
That's the question.
But maybe. Oh, perfect.
What a bowl. What a shot there.
That's a huge shot down the hill. That's so hard to judge that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I cannot emphasise more how difficult that bowl would have been to play with that level of touch. Because if you look at her collision bowl, the one that moved it, essentially didn't move at all. You know, she drew to the
We've
point.
seen 4 here. Yep, 4 it is as well.
Brilliant, yeah. That's great. Simon, he didn't do that much wrong that end.
No.
Really, he played four
okay bowls.
reasonably good bowls and has managed to drop a 4.
As you've seen at this, we're at the business end now, Alex. You've got to be really locked in.
Absolutely, it's like that again. One of the things that's great about this game that we play when you're at this, well, actually, playing anyone reasonable, or not so reasonable, I suppose. Anything can happen because it's 24 feet away on a woolen mat or a nylon mat. Any bowl can be played. You blink and suddenly you've had a nightmare.
Yep. Every bowl has a chance, regardless of who's throwing it.
Yep.
Could say throw.
Yep. Yeah, throw.
Chucking it. Biffing it.
So we see the upper way the players are picking a bit better now, so they're within sort of a foot on the upper way.
Yeah, so it'll be 7-2 after 4. This is a really, really nice lead to have.
Sheree on the back end here, she wants the front. Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's important when you have a lead like this, you really knuckle down and play 2 really good ones to start the next end.
Absolutely. So Sheree's doing everything right here, everything that she needs to do. Just a reminder of the live streaming schedule today. After these semi-finals, the semi-final we bring into you, we're going to bring to you the...
Well, actually, just want to mention, he's actually coming through the split here. This could be a nice wee shot if he gets it. And he has mostly got what he wanted. But sorry, carry on.
No, that's fine. Yeah, the drop. It's all good. It was a good bowl to have a look at. But after this event, after the semi-final,
keep looking at
the Masters singles final between Smith Pratt and Tonka. And that will be at approximately, I would say, about 40 minutes, half an hour. So stay glued to your seats and probably have time after this game to go for a cup of tea, get another biscuit, or whatever
We'll
your
probably go
food
get
and drink of choice.
Subway cookie.
I've got 4 left. So yes.
Alright, so
playing sort of a loose ball here.
Is she in the way right now? Well, he should be able to get under that, clean onto the orange, right?
What it might mean is Simon plays with more weight to get his bowl to hold up. He's looking at this one.
Oh, he did just cut it a wee bit too much. Still on there, though.
As the head sits, he's still got, as we've spoken about, Simon's a shot player. If Sheree isn't able to change this here to go bang 3, then I would have no, I'd put money on it. Not much, but enough.
What sort of weight are you playing here? Are you playing sort of 6 inches to a foot through it?
Wouldn't be playing that weight.
That is heavier than I expected. However,
how brilliantly is that gone?
She may have given the shot away, but that's almost a really good result.
Yeah, well, it's a good proactive bowlsman because, as we said, if the hit stayed as it was, it's essentially guaranteed 3 down.
Yeah.
So Sheree's like, I may as well play to change it somehow.
Oh, and she's done that.
Regardless
of what the shot. And Simon won't throw a bowl away if he has half a chance.
Yeah. So it's good.
A quarter of a chance.
Any chance at all.
I think you'll see him coming through the split here sort of speed, but he'll actually want the blue or the orange clean. Oh, did he?
Oh, a bit stiff there.
What's happened here, Joy?
He's dropped one orange there. He was looking just to...
I wonder if he was one down as well. I'm not sure.
The body language sort of tells me that he was holding one.
Tried to do something proactive, but which is tough.
Yeah, and it's a fair call from Simon because he's got 7 minutes to go.
He's never going to die wondering.
Nah, in fair, I've got no issue with that sort of game style. Sheree Sheree certainly will feel like out of the two players, the more confident at the moment and the more in control of the game. And that first bowl, that's a good first bowl there. First hit a couple of feet
Over the
past.
At this stage, you don't want to be shaking them short.
Simon be looking for a bowl on the spot, really, isn't he? With this one on his back end.
No.
Interesting, they've gone different ways to it. Sheree on her forehand and Simon on his back end.
Some people just favour different hands, mate.
I wouldn't know.
Like, in singles, you'll find a lot of people will play 95% of their first bowls on one hand. Unless it's an unplayable hand or they're just not getting it. Pretty good adjustment. I think she'll take that.
Yeah, it's a good bowl. You're happy enough. You know, you're saying to the opposition, you got to get with them. Yay far. And Simon again, he might not even be looking. Yeah, here we go. It's a good idea, but here on his backhand, tracking in nicely to the jack. And he's left himself a bit of breathing space, which is sort of what you want to do if you make a number.
I think he's got one.
Yeah, it can be so easy to draw too close and not be able to make a number out of the head.
Just see, so Sheree's, while it's the harder hand to get to the jack, she's played a couple there. She knows what she wants to do in this sort of this area.
Great shot there from Sheree Holmes.
Yeah, so she
just bumping the jack up there so you can see the orange sitting at 3 o'clock should be the shot.
And
the blue sitting at 5.
I know Simon, I like to think that I do. He's coming through the split here with about 11 rolls.
11 rolls.
Enough to just really stun right onto the front right. This is lighter than I expected, but it is the same intent. Yeah, it's just he won't be hitting his weight. No. You could tell by the line he played that he wanted to be far more aggressive than that.
Aggressive through that. Interesting. It's an intriguing game we're watching here. This 71st National Open Singles.
Now would be a great time for if Sheree doesn't get the shot, at least have a bowl on that side, the other side of the mat.
For sure, because she's got to be looking at ways that Simon's going to make a number happen, and there's one here.
There's a glaringly obvious one.
On her backhand now, how's the weight? I find it difficult to tell with Sheree as it leaves her hand if it's a good bowl or a bad bowl. Because she plays a beautiful touch all the time, but she moves quite a lot. And if I move a lot, it means I'm short.
I wonder, because he has one here already, there's not a lot of good twos on.
He's just going to try and draw for two. He's watching this bowl intently.
He's quick, isn't he?
He won't be happy with that, but he might have held on to one. Oh, the overhead camera looks like it's a.
I think it's a
blue
one.
at
Oh no,
9 o'clock.
One blue.
Yeah. So his heart would have been in his mouth there. I would be betting.
But he's always playing that bowl.
I love that confidence though from Simon. You get down, and go. Yeah, I can draw two there. That's what you have to think. Sometimes. That's what I think. It doesn't go that well. And Simon leading off on his forehand, so we've seen his change. It's the first person in just about both the games that we've streamed here to actively lead off on their forehand pretty much, going this way, in this uphill direction. Nigel and Tom lead off on their backhand right.
Are they both playing one side of the mat with their first bowl?
It almost looks like they are, doesn't it?
I'm starting to confuse myself here.
Yeah, a great shot there from Sheree on his backhand, front toucher. Appreciative crowd. It's been building up as we've gone on. And I think one of the great things about having staggered finals is that when we get to the final point with the Masters and the Open, each final's going to be by itself and have the full attention of the crowd.
I love that.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You know, you've made your way in either event through 5 or 6 games of bowls. You deserve to have a couple of hundred people watching your game.
I think so. All right, so Simon's actually left himself in a really good spot here, accidentally, with the front wheel plant here. Sheree actually she'll either be just trying to draw a back toucher, or I might have considered coming through the blue, but she has not.
What has she been trying to lock that orange bowl in on her back?
Yeah, I think so. She might have even tightened it up enough that the jack has to move, which makes a huge difference to the set right now.
So Simon on his forehand now. What's he looking to do, James?
Oh, blue, orange, without question. Even if it is moving the jack, he's playing that. If he gets the inside half, he would run off onto the other orange too.
Great shot there from Simon Thomas.
Yeah, so he would be really happy with how that's unfolded.
Brilliant bowl. And lovely weight too. If you look, 2 of the orange bowls. One of the orange bowls went off the mat. Which is good. That's nice weight. When you play those shots, you want them to be left with very little position, and and left is just a dead draw. Which what Sheree's done here.
That's good
so
thing.
Are we on the back end now? See that orange that sits at
Yep.
7 o'clock, backhand through the split.
Without a doubt.
Happy days. You right over a square as well.
Using every
We'll
bit of
see that
turn he
nice
can
little
buy.
scoop that he gets. Yeah, he's got that scoop and lets it go.
No, narrow on the blue. Yeah.
Played that with absolutely beautiful weight as well. He stood up, I think he had a chance. I think he thought he had a chance. A third of the way down and then gave up on it immediately.
He knew it was tight. He was hoping for a rub off the front blue as second prize.
So here comes the bonus bowl from Sheree here. She'll be wanting to make this one count. Rubbing the salt to the wound.
I think she's done it too, has she?
Yeah, good shot there.
Might be a fraction.
Looks like it's just out of the count there, I would say. We'll see what the lollipop. 2. No, it's not. 2 there to Sheree.
2. So it's at 10-3 now.
10-3 lead after 7 of the 12 ends. So we've got 5 ends to go, 7 points. Against the player like Simon Thomas, he's still not bleeding that heavily, but you'd rather be 10-3 up than 10-3 down.
Correct. All right.
Sorry, James.
Forehand.
On the forehand he is, so we'll see. We'll watch what Simon does. Oh, surely you know who this singer is, James. Go on. Front back touch there from Sheree, and we'll see Simon float down. For the viewers who might not be able to hear the music, it's Bob Dylan.
Robert Dylan?
Yes, that's probably his full name. Singing Mr. Tambourine Man. It was covered by the Birds as well. You might know the Birds version.
Oh, Simon's just going a fraction tight there.
He's sort of been within half a bowl a couple of times in the semi-final. It can be frustrating as a player because you're not playing badly, but you're also not playing well enough to get those really good results and really good heads put in. Sheree on her forehand here, just falling a bit short. He's fallen a couple of feet short of the jack.
She taken away the retrail? No, he'll still be playing this. He'll
He's a guide.
Absolutely the same speed.
On his forehand again. Watching this bowl as it comes into the head. He's taken a lovely track.
Oh.
That's a classy bowl there from Simon Tice.
Second prize, I would imagine, for what he was trying to do, but he'll take it.
It's a better way to hero, isn't it? Instead of being bonked by the short orange.
For sure.
I believe also, does Simon hold the record for the most Canterbury titles, James?
Oh, it's a lot.
I think good shot there from Sheree Holmes.
I actually think he's playing out of Ashburton this year.
He's playing at Ashburton this year, yes.
But, he's got about 22 Canterbury titles.
I believe before him, Alf Williamson had the record with about 15.
I tell you what, they were not easy to win.
Good shot.
Not easy to win in Canterbury.
I would imagine that they wouldn't have been. Sort of Canterbury was Waikato before Waikato was Waikato. If you look at the history books, who dominated the Welsh Trophy in the 70s.
Canterbury singles used to have a Friday night session and 3 sessions on Saturday for qualifying, and then post-section Sunday.
That's quite impressive.
Oh, we're blowing the wing bowls here. Oh, I like the thinking.
It was a very actually diamond-esque bowl, wasn't it?
She's been watching that guy.
Very much an Ashley shot there. If the bowls aren't on the mat, they can't be used. Happy days.
In theory.
Well, you'd hope not.
Oh, he doesn't like this.
Very disappointed with this bowl.
He knows he's just quick. Has he actually?
Crowd.
Has he taken his ones out? Is it just one?
One more to Sheree Holmes there, so she sort of ekes herself into an 11-3 lead after 8 ends of the 12. Got 4 ends to go.
11-3 it's a pretty comfortable lead.
Yep, I would call that a comfortable lead, James, but it's not over until it's over, is it?
Correct. You can easily do 5 or 6 ends together.
And Sheree again, lead off on her backing, going this uphill direction.
It's pretty good, right?
Great shot. What a great bowl.
That's the relentless first bowl effectiveness. It's really got to this lead.
That's the way, yeah, that's the 2 ways to win it. Well, 2 of the ways to win a game of singles. And the most fun way is to do that. Your first 2 bowls, you just suffocate your opposition out of the game. So bang, bang, good luck. But you can also win it with your 3rd and 4th bowls as well. They just have to be really good all the time. I usually bank on my 3rd and 4th bowls, but it's a nice day with my 1st and 2nd one's nice.
Not by choice, right?
I always start off every day, every time I play a game of singles, I'm like, I'll try to get my first 2 close and see if I can suffocate the opposition. And it happens about twice a year. And then the other games, I just
2
go...
ends a year, you mean?
Well, depends how my year's going.
All right, Simon, just looking to sort of
Needs to reach.
Manipulate the head a bit.
This bowl. Oh, he hasn't really changed it. He hasn't set any angles up by the looks.
Oh, yeah, might be wrong.
Oh, if I'm okay.
That's cool too.
That would be not unique. I love the pantomime crowd at the Nationals, James.
The oohs and ahs is on the other man.
Nothing beats it.
The 9-8 scoreline on the other man.
Great shot there from Sheree Holmes.
Tell you what, that's beautifully done from Sheree.
Touch her on the forehand.
Now, I don't know what we're going to see here from Simon. Joy's going to throw us to the overhead shot. We'll try and come up with something for him.
To go past, then hit it back. Go to the corner of the square and see if you can then do something with the last ball, or you're opening your head up now.
You're trying to trail it on the forehand off this wing orange,
Okay.
trying to create squeeze, or whatever this is going to be.
He's on his backhand.
Maybe there's not enough swing there, he doesn't think, to get inside half of this wing orange.
Just looking to develop that plant. I think he's missed the head. Oh no, he's put it on. What's he doing?
He's drawing a back toucher.
Oh. Oh.
Just
Good
setting
shot
himself
there.
up for
That deserved a clap. So that,
he's setting himself up for a really good fall.
yes, he decided to wait patiently, bide his time, see if he can find the bowl with his last one. He's looking at the head like it can be moved. What's Sheree's call here, James? What do you do? Swerve drive off the outside orange at 6 o'clock.
Blow the 3 blues off the mat.
Yeah. She probably won't do that.
Try and
Cool,
draw a back toucher.
so you could hit the blue that sits at 11.
We go.
Square.
Back toucher, right?
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, better call. On her backhand now. Should be focusing more on the weight than the green here. Because you want it to be that if you miss, yeah, this is a good shot if it gets
That's
rained.
really good, isn't it? If it gets there. Ooh. Is she... Oh.
She might have changed it enough that there's not an easy shot on for Simon Thomas. If it's on, he's going to play. He's just shaking his head. So he must have thought there was a plant set up that isn't. Just deciding what to do. He's got almost all the positions, so you'd think that if the jack moves...
Depending on how square on the orange, white and blue is there a chance of just flying the edge, like the blue-orange split?
Yeah,
sort of just trying to fold them out?
The blue and orange would sit at, say, 9 or 10 o'clock on the screen.
I think that's what you're going to see here. Or an attempt at. Yeah, this is exactly what he's trying to do.
Close. Good shot. That was classy.
Did he make 2 of it?
That was a classy bowl. Classy bowl there from Simon Thomas. Well played. Beautiful weight. That's exactly what he would have envisaged it doing. So.
And he was absolutely desperate for that.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say that's really the difference between him still being in the semi-final and him not being in the semi-final, isn't it?
Correct.
We've seen 9 ends go now, 3 ends to go. Just about didn't do basic maths. 6 the difference, 3 ends to go. So he'll be wanting to score again here.
He'll back himself 3-2. For sure. He's
That's great.
rhythm and confidence.
I just love the mongrel. You know, that's what you see in all these
Top players.
top players. They have a bit of mongrel in their game. It doesn't matter what the situation is. They're all capable. You could be playing. You watch the good players, the ones who play for the Ireland team, or even Patterson players, in a game of chip there.
Man, we're cooking with gas here.
They might not have played a good bowl all game, but they're still capable of keeping themselves up for it. And often, once they play that one good bowl, you kick themselves into gear, and they don't play it that much. I'm not talking about your game, James. Great shot.
2 really good bowls here. Simon's sort of running to cover, sort of set something up for himself.
Yeah.
He's desperate to create 2 here. He can't afford to score 1. I think Sheree's going to follow him in.
I think so too. Just trying to make sure 105 years. That's good.
Beautiful. And for those at home interested, I think the other game is on their last end. Yeah, Sheree's done a pretty good job of trying to match that last bowl.
They had the semi-finals on the last end.
We're going to get a look shortly, but I have a feeling it's like a 12-11 sort of deal.
12-10.
12-10
to
Blackburn.
Blackburn in that game. There's been some absolutely incredible games of bowls going on this, the first event of the Somerset National Championships being held in Glenelg, the first day, the singles.
Here we go. Simon's actually just still trying to build the back here, I think.
That's clever bowls, I like that.
Forcing Sheree to really nut one in there, I think. trying to land right in on the split on those two blues. She's not far away either, actually. Oh, she wants it to get down.
Oh, here's a big chance. Here's a wild chance.
Here we go. So
For Simon Thomas
he's got another
to make something happen.
bowl to stay in it, really.
This is the sort of bowl that he's very, very good at playing as well. I'm going to go and say that he's going to nail this.
I honestly think the hand he chooses here does not matter.
No,
He's just got to get the collision that he's aiming at.
Decided the forehand's the way to go. Taking his time on this bolt. It's the most time I've seen him take all game. Nice forehand with weight. Lovely out of his hand. He's
He
not
likes
far
it.
away. What a shot there. What a
Really,
bowl there.
really
from
good shot.
Simon Thomas.
He got down low and really watched that one. He knew he was bang on.
He needed to get that half of the bowl that he hit with his collision bowl, or it was lights out. Sheree Holmes now down the barrel of 3 down on the head. On her forehand, trying to either get the shot or cut it down. It's the downhill way. It's the downhill way.
That's a great
What a
shot.
bowl there. What a shot there from Sheree Holmes.
Regardless of what the result is, that's a huge goal.
One there. That's,
Yeah, one blue. That's a massive result.
great shot there. So we see the score line is now 6-11 after 10 of the 12 ends. So we've got 2 ends to go. 5 the difference. That's so different to what it would have been if she had missed that one.
Oh,
Great bowl under pressure there by Sheree.
terrific under pressure.
And a brave bowl to play as well.
All right, Simon really just needs to. He knows he's got to score twice. That simple. And we've just seen the other game finish. Sean Blackburn beaten Matthew Clark, right?
Yeah, great round bowls there for those two. And Sean Blackburn continuing his great season of bowls.
Here we go back to Sheree, relentless on this. She's really, I think she would have been holding the shot almost every time going this way after one bowl.
Absolutely, I agree with that. So just picking it a little bit better going this direction. Simon wants this one to run itself out. Great shot. I would say though, I think the momentum has turned a little bit in the last few ends. Ever since Simon played that bomb, it's not supposed to be 2 ends, but it just feels like Simon's got a little sniff of blood here in this singles semi-final. Reasonably now, Bobby Ranch set up that. That's a brilliant. That's a 2-part bowl there because if Simon plays a post one, she could almost play that front blue now. Using all the squares to try to get in this
So
himself.
because Sheree had 2 sort of plant options at the front there, Simon did play to change it all up. He knew he had to move something, and he sort of has, but he's bitterly disappointed with the
Yeah,
result.
he gave it a good chance. He got an earlier whip than he would have liked to get. So Sheree is now, she's essentially holding the win, isn't she? Because it's the second to last end, and she's 5 up on the card,
So he-
1 up on the head. If Simon doesn't score here, that's that.
Correct.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing Sean Blackburn play Sheree Holmes in the national singles final.
What's this song?
This song, Jump. I can't remember who it's by though. You know?
Right, so Sheree's just tried to sort of land in the way there. I don't think she has.
She's got last. The thing for Sheree is that she's 5 up 2 to go.
With last
She's
bowl.
got last bowl. I can't see a way that Simon can get a nice shot. He can make a 1 or 2 out of that, but whatever he does, Sheree should have a really good opportunity to just get the shot and march into that singles final and try and finish that task of being the second ever woman to win the Somerset Open National Singles.
And unless there's something ludicrous on, front orange, crazy, I think you'll see him trying to jam in off this outside orange and try and
The orange
slice
at
the
12
white.
o'clock.
12 o'clock orange, yep, the top orange up there. Wick in off that, try and move the white.
It's like he's found something on his forehand to play, James. Maybe he can move the jack to that.
Move the
that
jack to
blue
2.
that sits at 1.
Oh,
Watching it. Oh, great effort there from Simon Thomas, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me to see Sheree Holmes make her way into the Somerset National Open Singles Final, where she will play Sean Blackburn from Waikato. So join us shortly. Stay tuned. Go get a cup of tea.
we're coming back for, is it Henry Pratt?
Henry Pratt will be taking on Tom Kahn in the Masters Singles Final in about 10 minutes.
Maybe 15.
15. See you then.